Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Let's talk shit. Anyway, um, I read your bio on Instagram, right? Talking
Yeah.
about passion.
Yeah.
And it fired me the fuck up because that's everything I do, right? I think passion is one of the most underrated things on the planet. Like we just need to have more people on the planet fired up about doing things, even if it's like playing tiddlywinks or cutting grass or something. I don't really care. Whatever the fuck it is, I don't care. Go do your thing, right?
No,
Um,
I agree.
Talk to me about passion. What's your passion? Why?
So my passion is definitely CrossFit, but aside from just CrossFit, just everything in the health and fitness industry, it's just one of those things. I feel like it's the most important thing
Mm.
that we can do for ourselves because if you have your health, you kind of have literally everything. You don't really need anything else. Um, and I definitely wasn't always passionate about like the health and fitness industry, but once I got into it, it was like something hit me where I was like, this is what I love. And I never really felt that with anything else. And I like was kind of always confused why I didn't feel passionate about anything because I would always try things, but nothing I actually felt passionate for. And when I got in the CrossFit, just walking into like my first class and stuff, it was just like this feeling I never felt with anything else before. And I just wanted to go all in with everything that had to do with it.
Amazing. Why
Yeah,
why why fitness?
I love it. So when I got in the CrossFit, I didn't really know what it was. I kind of thought it was pretty stupid. My ex-boyfriend was explaining it to me, and I just didn't really see it. Um, I never, so I kind of worked out before, but I had a pretty bad eating disorder. So my working out was all to just like be as skinny as possible and basically to burn off any sort of food I was eating. But when I got in the CrossFit, I realized there's so much more. And I started learning what fitness actually was and how beneficial it can be, like for your body, your mind, basically everything for you. And I just love that. I love that part about it. Yeah, I love being in the fitness industry, if that makes sense.
Fuck yeah, like it's super addictive, right?
It is. And just like helping others with their fitness journeys because you start to learn everyone has their own kind of story as to why they are working out or trying to work out or eat healthy, whatever it is, but they all have like a story behind it. And
Mm.
it's pretty cool to just connect on that level. I
Mm.
love it.
You coach as well, right?
I do. Yeah, I love it.
So what's the craziest story you've heard from people that you've coached that how fitness has kind of like helped them?
Oh man, that's a good question. Let me think on that. I was actually just thinking about this the other day too. Someone asked me that question. Um, I wouldn't say it's super crazy, but just something I never really thought about before. And more of my like guy friends are becoming parents because their wives are having babies and stuff like that. But just something I really find super cool amongst a lot of them, especially my one friend in particular. When he first, so me and him were working out together for years, but then he came to me and he really wanted to start dialing in like the nutrition side of things. And he started adding like extra workouts on his own. But something that he kind of told me that stuck with me forever is his goal every day when he goes into the gym is that he wants to be around for his kids. So when his kids are playing sports or playing outside, whatever his kids want to do, he wants to be able to be there with them, playing catch, playing basketball, whatever it is. And he wants to be around for them. So it's like that is what drives him every day to go to the gym and eat healthy is to just be there for his kids.
Mm.
And that, like, when he explained that to me, it just kind of hit me hard. Like, I don't have kids, but it's so motivational to like hear that because a lot of people kind of think that their lives are done once they have kids when in reality it's like they're really just getting started and
Mm.
to learn to live for someone else is pretty freaking cool. I love it.
Fuck yeah,
So I guess
man.
it's not like crazy, but I would just say that's like the most motivational thing I really come across.
Yeah, like I obviously I've seen a lot of newly parents and kind of older parents, right, and coached a lot of them, right. And I always find it's like, well, now you've got to turn it up, because now
Yeah,
you got a different set of eyes on you, and they're going to be looking up to you, right. And unfortunately, the habits that they're going to create are going to be your habits. So
yeah,
you have to show them
true.
of like, the wolf's always scratching. You got to go do some work, even if it is like nicking 5 minutes here and you're just going to sit on a bike or go, you're literally just going to do burpees for 3 minutes, which is quite sickening. That's disgusting. I'm not going to be doing that. Weird CrossFitters, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
But
it's
you got to show them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You got to lead from the front. I know it sounds really fucking cliche, but at the end of the day, you brought another human being into the world, and you've got to lead it in a good path.
yeah. No, I couldn't agree with you more on that. It's completely true.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So I got a question, right? And it's kind
Yeah.
of birthed off a question that I've been asking a lot of male guests, right? Just to try and figure this out because I don't know my answer yet, right? And I was talking to a good mate of mine, and she turned around and was like, have you asked the female version on it? I don't know why, but it didn't really hit me. I was like, oh shit, no, I haven't. And okay, great. Let's wait until I get like basically someone I'm going to ask the question to. So the
Yeah.
question is, what does it mean to be woman enough?
Oh man. That is a good question. What does it mean to be woman enough? Man, so I don't know if this is the answer you're looking for, but it's kind of how I like.
I don't look for no answers. You fucking speak from the heart. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like this is just real, raw, and honest.
I think what it means to me, like if since you asked me that question, how I perceive it would be just being yourself, like not going with kind of like how the world sees a woman has to be. Like, I don't really understand why there's so many things. Like, a man should be this, a woman should be this, a man needs to do that, a woman needs to do that. And like, if a woman isn't doing that, they're not a woman, sort of thing. Like, kind of just breaking through those kind of boundaries and just literally living your life each day to how like to what your heart feels, kind of like taking each opportunity as they come and just really going after your own personal journey and not trying to match that to anyone else's journey, because we're all out here completely different, living different lives. And I think it's easy to get caught up on what you're supposed to be doing, but what you're supposed to be doing isn't always what you personally need to be doing. And I think trying to like fit in or live a certain way or follow a certain direction can kind of lead you to more harm than good, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So like I just think being the full woman is just waking up, doing what you want to do from your heart and your passion, and just going after it no matter what anyone says. Whatever stops you along the way is just kind of constantly moving forward.
Wow. See, I love asking these types of questions, right? Because how the fuck am I supposed to know? I'm not a lady, you know. Like, so there's a lot of prejudice. Like, I can witness. There's a lot of prejudice from dudes towards ladies and vice versa, right? But I'm just like, first of all, uh, have you ever been a lady? No. Okay, so how the fuck are you supposed to know? And also like, have I ever lived in America? No. So how the fuck am I supposed to know? Have I ever lived in Bangladesh? No. So how the fuck am I supposed to know? You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
how about we ask these questions and figure it out from there? But that is something that comes up a lot. It's just do you, and
Yeah.
it's kind of why I came up with the whole thing of do your thing,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the phrase I go by and throw at people all the time. It's like, I actually don't really give a fuck what you do as long as it is literally what you want to do.
I could not agree with you more. Like someone once told me how like, and it's something I just like totally believe, and I never thought about it in words before, but they were just like, whatever someone's thing is, it's so cool to watch them do their thing. And it's
Fuck
like
yeah.
whatever it is, but it's like we all, I think, have a thing, and that's what we're like on earth to do. And it's freaking cool.
Have you seen Coach Carter?
I have not.
Oh,
What is it?
right, get off this fucking call now, right? Go put it on the telly. No, it's Samuel Jackson, like an old school basketball movie, right? It's called Coach
Okay.
Carter. And right at the end, it basically has a speech about this, about there's nothing enlightened about playing small so that other people don't feel insecure around you. And to this day, it's one of my favorite movies. To this day, it's one of my favorite piece of literature, right? And I think it's so true. Like you can see somebody in their element doing their thing, right? Even
Yeah.
if it's making coffee, if it's painting, if it's working
Yeah.
out, if it is cutting grass, frying chicken, whatever the fuck it is, right? And they're just in their zone. I think
Yeah.
it is the most beautiful thing on the planet. You're just looking at it like, fuck me, dad. This is so cool to watch.
I could not agree with you more. Yeah. It's
And
the freaking coolest.
and we're the crazy people that like to do it with fitness, and it feels like we're getting tortured.
Yep. But it's awesome. We love it.
Fuck yeah, it's cool. You
It is
see
cool.
actual gladiators just like having a fist fight with a piece of steel, and you're just like, you're probably not going to come off right there, but you're also going to come back tomorrow morning and give it another attempt.
Yeah. So true.
it's like it's like the 7-year-old that tries to run through a wall every day. You're like, you're going to end up hurting yourself here, mate. It just looks at you just like, one day I'm going to run through this wall. Like, that's okay. Well, all right, mate. Wear a crash helmet. We'll try again. Yeah. you know?
It is. It's so true, though.
So here's another question, right? So I think coaching is an art form, and it's definitely one of my art forms, right? I fucking love this thing, and I say a lot of it saved my life, right?
Yeah.
In many different avenues, but we'll just kind of leave it there. Of what do you think is the biggest lesson you have learned from coaching?
Like from coaching other people,
Yes.
I'd say the biggest thing is that people don't care what you have to say. They don't care what you know. They don't care what certs you have. You could have every cert in the universe. You could have gone to school for everything known about fitness. They don't give a shit about you until they know that you care and that you build that trust. And that's like the only moment where they're going to actually start. I don't want to, I feel like responding is a weird word, but they're not going to, like, you're not going to build a relationship trying to coach others until that they know that you care and you have their best interest in your heart and they trust you. And
Mm,
it's like until you're at that point, they don't care anything. You could have all the certs in the world and they don't care. It doesn't mean anything to them because they don't have that trust. But once you have that trust, I feel like that's when they can just take you with them forever.
for sure. I mean, trust is everything, right? In and
Yeah,
outside of the gym as well. Like you wouldn't
it is.
you wouldn't be around people you don't trust.
No,
So
not
why
at all.
so why would you listen to them when they're telling you to shove something that's pretty heavy above your head? You're like, go fuck yourself. I ain't doing this.
Yeah,
This doesn't sound right,
exactly.
this mate. Go harder. No, fuck off. Leave me
That's
alone.
exactly what you would want to say too.
And a lot of people end up saying it.
Yep.
And you're like,
I
okay, well, I do understand you're in the middle of Fran, right? And you don't know your name or what you're doing or where you're at, but okay, just all right, I appreciate that. I'll get you back next time. You know, now we're gonna do
yeah.
double Fran. Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, joke's on you.
Jokes on you, bitch.
Double friend sounds horrific.
No, fuck that. Would you go double reps or would you go 2 rounds?
Like, which one would I prefer?
Yeah.
2 rounds.
I think that's probably worse.
You think so? You would rather go double reps?
Because if you go 2 rounds, you can still do it unbroken.
Yeah, true.
You know what I
But
mean?
isn't that fun? Like getting to that like gross dark spot where you literally want to die. It's like a game you play with yourself.
You just take the pin out of the grenade and hold on. That is
Like
it.
there's nothing more fun than that.
It's like, okay, my body is literally shutting down. Okay. Like I'm seeing stars. This is it. This is how I die. You know,
Yeah, this is how I go.
this is it. The thing is, like, I do the same thing. I'll just do it under a barbell. You know, I'm doing a set of 10,
Yeah.
8 reps. I am seeing fucking stars. The whole thing is spinning. I want to throw up. I might shit myself. And I'm just like, but we could do 2 more.
Just to see, you know what I mean?
You get midway through and you
Just to see
shit
how
out your
far you
spine.
can
You're like, this ain't clever, guys. This is not, you know.
go. This is not a good idea.
No, no. When was the last time you had a good idea?
No idea.
No idea is a bad idea. No, I remember doing we used to call it bitch work Thursdays,
Yeah.
right? And this was back in the day before this was probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, or something like that. And on Thursday we'd just come up into the gym, write something on the board, which is disgusting, right? Come up with some pretty much impossible score to get. And if you don't do it, you're a bitch for the week, right? It's
I love it.
it's kind of like some fucked up British humor, but anyway. But the end of the day is like once we've completed it, we all drink chocolate milk, and that was that was the whole thing of like, hey, we're gonna die together, but we're also going to enjoy some chocolate milk, you know.
Was
And it
that satisfying afterwards to have chocolate milk?
it is luscious, you know. It is like the elixir of life. It was golden. I would drink chocolate milk like all day, but I would be diabetic, you know. Nobody, but kind of became a thing, right? So we'd get open gym members coming in, we'd get some class members coming in, and obviously you'd have to scale it down because these workouts would be fucked up. Um,
Yes.
and like we'd even come up with things like midway through, and I just kind of look at the lad that I used to do it with, and he'd look at me and be like, "We're gonna have to scale this down, right?" He's like, "Yeah, this is fucked." I was like, this is impossible. You can't hold this. I was like, okay, cool. Thank you. Like, we're just, you just go over to the board and like rub it off and change it midway through. You're like, nah, that was silly. You know, I'm not Captain America,
Realize
but
how stupid it was.
it was not wise. But one of them, I remember this one so bad because on the last run, I took out a stopwatch with me to time it so I could get back in and not be a bitch for the week. But we did 2 rounds of triple three.
Oh my god. How long did that take you guys?
well, the I think the bitch was 90 minutes. So it was like anything under 90 minutes is fine.
That is horrific though.
Yeah, it was, I am not a runner, right? I basically run sideways rather than forward and back. So it was rather difficult for me because I'm lugging 90 kilos and just like dum, dum, dum on the floor, you know. It was not good. I'm doing I'm doing 3 miles in like 25 minutes, you know.
That hurt so bad.
It was not wise. It was not wise.
Triple three once is enough for like a long time,
A
let
three
alone twice in one day.
a 3K row is enough.
It is. It's horrific.
It's a
It's
long
so
way.
boring.
Just smashing my face into the computer screen for like 12 minutes. You know what I mean? Just like, oh my God, when is this going to end?
And then you have to do that again.
Yeah, it really wasn't nice. And we did it on like a Saturday, like something like that. And it was a dead gym, just me and him. And it was like, fuck, we're gonna have to go like rep for rep now, aren't we? because it's lit. We put it out in the middle of the gym. There's two rowers, two places to do the double unders, and then obviously we run outside. I'm just like, fuck's sake, we're just gonna have to go like pull for pull on the rower. We're gonna have to move forward each time. Like this is horrendous. I don't like this.
That is horrendous because you know exactly where he is. He knows where you are. There's no chilling.
It's not a competition, but I'm gonna die before I lose
Yes.
to you.
Yep. That's how it always is.
But the thing is, his mile time was near enough like a minute and a half better than mine. Right. So I was like, motherfucker, we're leaving this gym at the same time. And then I've won the workout, in my opinion. I might have to work out for another hour, but I've won the workout because I've able to hold on with the row and hold on the dobs. And then he just goes for the run, and I'm not keeping up.
But at least you won the other shit.
I run the other shit. I held on. I will crank and wank that fucking rower so I get off quick. You know what I mean? Like I'm 2 meters ahead. I'm like, I got you, bitch. What are you gonna do about it?
No.
It's like we're working out for another 90 minutes, dude. Calm down. It's like, but I did it. I told you.
It's all that matters.
Yeah, we're nuts. What's the worst workout you've done?
I know, I was trying to think about it. So back before I moved out here, my old gym owner, he's like definitely one of the biggest influences or coaches. What I don't even know the word to describe it. He's influenced me the most out of anyone, like besides my parents, especially with CrossFit though. Um, so he would come up with these crazy training sessions leading up to like regionals, any sort of comp I had planned. He was like, we're just gonna do something insane. So back before regionals, I think, yeah, it was for regionals. This was maybe, I don't even remember how many years ago, 2017, I think. And he was like, so we're going to get you just like super uncomfortable. So we made sure all the doors were shut, closed in the gym. So it was super hot and disgusting in there. And then he told me to wear double hoodies and double
What the
sweatpants
fuck?
and one of those like elevation breathing masks things. Remember those things were like a thing? They're like so dumb. Like there's no way they help you at all.
They were a thing
I
for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. But you literally just feel like you're dying with them, but there's like zero benefit. Like it definitely didn't make me fitter in any way, shape, or form. But like, but he did this with me, thank God, like, which was super cool. And he even locked the gym so no one else came in because it was like a very not smart idea that like you don't want your members seeing this, like, you know what I mean? But we were like, fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway. So it was back like when they would announce all the regionals workouts. So we went through every single regionals workout in this like get up of like double hoodies, double sweatpants, this stupid elevation mask, and your hood had to be pulled up. So like just to make it more uncomfortable. And like, so it wasn't even like this crazy workout because it was just the regionals workouts, but it was just the whole environment of it was pretty miserable. So I'd say that or another time, it was right before I moved out here. Um, I remember seeing Noah Olson like pull or push a sled with holding kettlebells.
Mhm.
So it was like you're pulling a sled holding kettlebells. So we did some sort of variation of that, but it was like fucking raining outside. So I'm outside. It was like a mile sled pull, but you're holding these kettlebells like a farmer's carry, and they're heavy. Like they were 53s that I was using. I don't remember what we loaded the sled up to. I want to say like 225, like something heavy. And I'm just outside by myself. He literally followed me with his car. Like that's how, and it's raining out, and I'm just fucking pulling this sled, holding these kettlebells, and I have a weight vest on, and I just wanted to die.
See, those types of workouts are my fucking jam. Where it's like this thing, you get in your head, right? And you're like, this thing
Yeah.
is trying to mentally fuck me.
It
You're like,
really, yeah, like
come at me, bitch. Like I can go all day. You just like you get in your
there's
head, right?
stopping. You're just like fucking in it, and you don't really know what you're gonna feel like, but you're not gonna stop.
See, See, this is the thing. I think more people need an element of this. Now we're talking extremes, right? I'm saying
Yeah.
if you're listening to this and I don't know, you're like a 70-year-old nan, don't strap a sled to you with 100 kilos and kettlebells and a weight vest and go outside in the rain. You know, you just be like, okay, Dorothy, like we need to talk. You know, let's go get some tea. Um, but we all need an element of suffering, right? Like
Yeah, I agree.
it develops the top 2 inches so much. And I mean, if I fall into this rut where, which is very fucking rare, I need to go out and do something. Otherwise, I turn into some mad bastard. But if I ever fell into a rut where I'm like, I don't do anything, like say, for example, I'm injured, right?
Yeah.
And I can't train, can't do anything. I will make myself uncomfortable in another place. I'm like, I'm writing for 6 hours a day. You're like, I don't want to write for 6 hours a day. Alex, come on, don't make me do this. It's like, fuck off. Like, because I feel like I feel like there's something to be said. You know, we need to suffer and overcome and just attempt to overcome something.
Yeah. No, I agree. Otherwise, it's like you're just stagnant. Like there's nowhere for you to grow. It's not good being comfortable because
Mm-hmm.
it's not helping you. Like, yeah, it'd be cool if the whole world was comfortable, but like there's no fun in that. There's no thrill in that. There's no growth in that. It's not making us better. You're just kind of staying the same the more comfortable you are.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but comfort really freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I
like, nope, not for me. Thank you, nada. I'm out. See ya. Like I
like the
just,
I agree though. It's like the minute you're comfortable is like the minute you kind of fucked up, I feel like.
yeah. Like don't get
If
me
you
wrong. Like get nice things and fucking build shit and stuff, and we're always striving for something, right? But if you're just
yeah,
like, you know what, I've got enough, and I'm not gonna do anything for this, that I think that's the moment you put a bullet between my eyes and just be like, okay, Alex, you're done now, son. Like
your time is now.
your time's now, bro. See you later.
You're expired.
You've had your shelf life, you got a little yellow sticker on you. We can't sell you anymore, mate. Like this, you got mold on you. Like, see you later. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, no, know exactly what you.
but it's strange. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're the same, but I got this weird relationship with like effort and input of
Yeah,
like that's kind of where I get my pleasure, so to speak, right? Is like doing the work. That's where I'm the happiest. I
yeah,
don't really give a fuck about the outcome, right? Where I'm just like, oh, okay, I failed, or I got it. Okay,
yeah,
what do I do now? Okay, back to work.
yeah.
3 a.m., 5 a.m., whenever it is. It's like get back to work, bitch. Like I don't
No,
know.
I
It's
agree.
some weird thing.
But that is like the biggest joy. Like, and I've kind of thought about that before. Like, just with like competing, and I do love competing, but I've always said this from the start, and I still say it now. I love training 1,000 times more than competing because
Mm,
I love the work. I love having to do the things you don't want to do
mm,
and just like the learning process of working. I love it.
mm. I love coming up with dumbass challenges and be like, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah.
You're like, huh? Well, I guess we're gonna see then, aren't
Yeah.
we?
It either works or it doesn't.
Whatever. Fuck it. I don't
I
care.
do it or I fail.
Yeah, I'm like, this might be the thing that kills me. You're like, whatever.
But I'd rather try.
Yeah, I got a will. It's okay. There's
I live a good life.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. You know, many have tried, zero have succeeded this far. I'm hard to kill. It's all right. But I think that's it. I think there's joy in the input. In the work. Like
There is.
we're
Yep.
built to work, whether that is intellectually, whether that's physically, whatever it is. Right? We're built to change at the end of the
Yeah.
day, and work causes change. Up, down, left, right, it doesn't matter. We're built to just continuously move. And I think more people need to do something like that. Whether they're crazy like us and like to slam ourselves in the face, physically,
Yeah.
um, or they solve algebra and do all that crazy nonsense and put rockets in
Yeah.
in the space, like mental.
Like whatever it is,
Yeah,
as
do your
long as
thing.
you're working. It's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, do your thing. Exactly.
do your thing, but just
Super
work, bitch.
cool.
You know, get
It's
off the
so
couch. Just do something, man. Anyway, I got three questions.
yeah.
What's the greatest piece of life advice you've ever received?
Oh man, these are good questions.
Oh, thank you. It's kind of like I do it for a living. I'm fucking with
I'd say, and it's gonna sound so fucking cliche as I say it, but like literally the biggest piece of advice is just following your heart.
you.
And I sound so corny saying that out loud. Like I can't even say that with a straight face. But it's the best the advice I've ever gotten. It's just doing what you love and like trusting your heart.
I don't
But
think it. I don't think it's con. Right. I don't. But I understand. You know, like you hear all the fucking just follow your dreams, and you're like, oh, thanks, Scarlett. You know, like, okay, thank you for your input. Nobody asked you. Sit back down now. Um,
but it is so true.
but it is true. Yeah. So maybe she had a valid point. Maybe we're the assholes. That would make a lot of sense. Um, what's the worst piece of life advice you've ever received?
Ooh, that's a good one too. Probably the worst piece of life advice I'd say is like, and I don't want to say this to offend anyone, but like the worst piece of life advice in a way is like what, at least like when I went to school or where I went to school, it was like they never told us there's any other options besides college.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was kind of there, but it was also kind of very frowned upon in a way. Like if you didn't go to college, you weren't going to succeed in life. And I think that's like the worst advice I've ever heard in my life. That's all. Like
I
nothing against it. Like I totally support anyone who wants to go to college. Cool. Study your heart out. Like I have zero things against it. But at the same time, people can also succeed in their life without it.
110%. Like I
Yeah.
completely agree.
Yeah.
Like I heard that a lot growing up, and you know, there's a lot of people that didn't go to school, didn't go to college or university as we call it in the UK, right? And
Yeah.
it was like, oh, you only ever going to do a trade. You
Yeah.
know, I was like, well, I'm not going to go do trade either. Like, fuck, you're not going to do anything then. I'm like, but here I am.
Thanks, asshole.
Those same motherfuckers are still knocking at my door. And they met with that
Yep.
middle finger with the thumb sprayed out to the side like an absolute fucking G. You know what I mean? Like, fuck on this.
Yep.
So, do you know what you're doing? Nope. But I ain't doing what you thought I was gonna do. So show must go on, man. Last question.
Yeah.
What are the three words you would tell your younger self?
Like just three words.
Yeah, they can be three individual words, or you can
Okay.
make a sentence out of them. It's your thing.
I would I would say I gotta think on this for a second. There's like so much going through my head. I'd say the three words that I would tell my younger self is a, like a lot of things just don't matter. I guess I should kind of explain on that. Like growing up, going through life, there's so many of those like little stressors or like studying for a test or your finals or anything that really has to do with school. And I understand we have to learn from someplace, but just none of that matters. And it's something that I know myself. Like I had like horrible test anxiety or
Mm.
just like anxiety in general with just like the whole how school was set up. And I never quite understood why we had to be in a school for 8 hours a day and you couldn't leave and it felt trapped. And it's just like I don't feel like I learned a thing from growing up like that. And I feel like everything I've kind of learned is just like living life. So I don't know if that makes sense, but just kind of in a way, like none of that matters.
Hmm.
That's what I tell my younger self.
Well, it's true though, right? Like I relate to that a lot.
Yeah,
You know,
same.
it's like every page you kind of write, right, in your story, right, kind of
Yeah.
scratches out the last one. You're like, oh, okay, that's not true anymore. Okay, we have to, we need to relearn some things here, lad.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the
Complete.
next one does the same thing. You're like, fucking hell, when does this end? You know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I completely agree.
that is so true. It's the whole cliche thing of like, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes on it.
Yeah, it's true. Because it is. It's just like an added stressor for no reason.
Yeah,
There's
fuck
no
it.
point.
It is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yep.
Get back to the
Fuck
gym and swing a kettlebell.
it. That's like one of my biggest mottos is just fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Honestly, I'm exactly the same. Fuck them. Fuck them
Things
all.
go on, fuck it.
Yeah. If I ever said fuck you, I meant it. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of all it is. It's kind
Yep.
of the way I live my life.
Me too.
I love it. Oh, Paige, I appreciate your time so much, man. Like,
No,
thank you.
thank you. Thanks for having me on. Thank you.
It's been a blast. You're more than welcome to talk shit whenever you want. And
Perfect.
if I find myself west coast of the states, then I guess we're gonna have to do a couple burpees.
Yeah, yeah, we will. Just
Motherfucker.
a few.
No, 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 no. I said a couple, not a few.
Fine.
I'll do two, sit down and be like, right, where's the in and out? I'm joking. Anyway, appreciate it, man. And we'll talk soon, yeah?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, boss.
See
Bye,
ya.
everybody.